Hey, what's up, nerds? My name is Bubba Stallcup, and you are watching and or listening to the Free Play Podcast, part of the Love Thy Nerd Podcast Network. Join with me for the first time ever, it feels like.
On Season 5, yes.
Catherine Katawaki.
Hello, everyone.
Catherine Renee Katawaki is her full name.
It's not my name.
Other fun facts about her, she was born in 1999.
Almost.
And her phone number is 867-5309. So just with all that information.
Turn down the music. Frost is demanding that it be done, so I guess we have to do it if he demands it.
Yeah, much booms, many loud. Yeah, hey, sorry about you guys that are watching live on twitch.tv/lovethynerd or lovethynerd.com/twitch. Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
That's the time.
It's not. Could come down by half, to be honest. Frost
Welcome to Season 5. We're troubleshooting.
What's the word? Prima donna. There we go. Let's just do everything the way Frost wants to do it. So if you're watching, hey, sorry about that. I went to go start the stream, which was already good. I went to go hit record, and it said, hey, how about...
We had a technical problem. Surprise, surprise.
Absolutely. Yeah, and so, hey, here's the deal. We're here. Things are good. Things are great. They're rocking and rolling. And when you listen to this later on the syndicated podcast, or if you watch on YouTube or anything like that, it ain't going to matter. Nobody's going to care because you're not going to know any of the technical difficulties that we had. Where's the chat? Oh, hold on, Frost. Hey, you know what, Frost? You're actually not wrong this time. I'll give it to you.
Well,
there you go. I'm going to turn that up a little bit.
Turn it up.
Well, yeah. So the deal was, this time. The deal was that I had it routing through something else, and I had that thing on and coming through the stream. So,
well, there we go. It's figured out now. We're good to go.
Gold stars for Frost.
We're rocking and rolling, as they say, right?
Here's the deal. I know things are happening, and I'm trying to make sure that we actually have an actual podcast that's happening. So yeah, let me know if anything's good. No gold star for Bubba. I'm the one handing out the gold stars. I got a whole ream of them. So yeah. Hey, anyway, let's not bury the lead here. Nobody cares about any of this crap. Hey, Kate.
Yeah.
Were you flying a drone? Was that you flying the drone, or was that Steven?
I did a couple shots. So what Bubba's referring to is we made this drone video of some stuff that we saw. I did a couple shots, but Steven did most of them because I'm too scared that I'm going to crash the drone. And then Steven will be like, it's dead. And then I'll feel really bad. So I did all the editing, recoloring, music, the other stuff.
I liked it.
And I did it. I got a couple shots. There's a couple shots where it's like a lake. Big lake, and it's like flying out over the lake. I got the beginning shot.
Hey, no, seriously, like those shots, like raising up and flying over the trees and all that stuff, like those are primo drone shots.
I'm hoping to sell them if anybody wants to.
Well, it's not. Come on, Kate.
Buy some. It's $100 per clip.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Look how proud of these shots.
I don't know. That's just I know people sell it and make some money, but
yeah.
Anyways,
there are a lot of sites that you can put that stuff on.
There are.
You could just internet.com.
Internet.com. Upload it to internet.com.
See if you can put it on the Google.
Yeah, but we made a little video of some clips of our summertime adventure.
So tell us about your vacay.
Well, it wasn't a vacation in the sense. I mean, it was a vacation for us, but It wasn't like you're sitting out in the sunshine, laying down all the time on the beach, whatever.
But it was a vacation.
This is how we vacation. So we were out off-roading, camping. The end result was, we're going to visit my mom for a little bit, but do all this off-roading and stuff, and out in the boonies. No cell cert, nothing. It's really awesome. We had really bad weather, so that sucked.
Okay.
So a lot of rain and thunder and lightning and hail. which kind of sucks when you're in a tent.
Okay. Well, you guys had obviously a rain fly.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
We camp on top of your car.
Yeah, but we have a little awning for like when we're hanging out outside, but that doesn't really help when the rain's coming in sideways.
No?
No, if the shade is on the top, how does it stop something from coming in sideways, Bubba?
So here's the deal. I sleep on the ground like a normal person when I camp, and so my rain fly goes all the way over my tent, and it like goes all the way down to the ground. So it covers my entire tent.
Well, we don't have that.
I tell you what.
We just have the awning.
I'll do you a favor, Kate. Next time you're out camping, just hit me with those GPS coordinates.
Yeah, right.
I've got some wraps. I've got some cellophane. I can just wrap you guys up, button you up nice and tight.
No, I want it over the tent, over the whole car. But and this is the story I want to tell you. I was so happy that we were tent camping on top of the car for this story because we've never had this happen before, right? We've camped at this place loads of times, like probably 10 times at least. I've never seen this there. We're like trying to find a spot where we could stop and pull over and camp and stuff. And I'm like, all the deer are gone. There's like no deer here. That's weird. Didn't really think anything of it. Then this huge rainstorm starts. This is like a couple hours later, this huge rainstorm starts. And we're like, oh my gosh, we got to get all our stuff in our little tent really quick. We got to get the dog up there, get her as like not wet as possible up there, get ourselves up there. So we're rushing to get up there. Well, this is the only time we've ever made this mistake. Okay, so heed my warning.
Okay, you have my attention. Like, let's go.
So you're supposed to put your trash like in your vehicle where nothing can see it or smell it. Okay. Right? Well, we were in such a hurry to get out of the rain that we forgot to do that. We did not have a lot of trash. It's in this little bag that is supposedly like smell proof it's like a ops sack or whatever. Okay. I forget what it's really called. But it was just paper trash. We had like one thing from dinner and literally like the size of a nickel worth of food scrap in there. So we go to bed. We're up in the tent. 9:16 p.m. I know the exact time because I had my phone and I was laying there. Steven's fast asleep. Finn, the dog, is fast asleep. And I feel like the car, I thought I was dizzy because I felt like the car kind of shaking like that. Okay. And I'm like, that's weird. That does happen to me. I do get dizzy. Right. But then it kept going. And then I hear this like, I don't have anything around to make the noise. Crinkling. Something's crinkling, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there is a freaking bear right outside our tent trying to get the trash, the little nickel piece of food. So I was terrified. I was so scared. I haven't been this scared in a really long time. So I woke Steven up. I was like, get up. I think there's a bear outside. It's trying to get our trash that we forgot to put in the thing because like we were in a hurry, but there's no excuse, that's just what happened. Yeah. So he has this really powerful flashlight. He looks out the tent window. It is a mom bear and 3 babies. Get out. A family of bears? They were there, and they're black bears, so they're like smaller. They're not grizzly bears, but they're still scary. And so I didn't see the mom because I was trying to get my glasses because, I can't see jack squat if I don't have them. So I missed the mom, but I saw 2 of the babies there, and one of the babies was like a foot off the ground holding onto this tree looking absolutely terrified, and it made this noise. It was so sad. It was like, eh. And I felt so bad for it, and they just took off in the forest. I'm like, it freaked me out that our dog did not bark. She doesn't know about bears. She's naive. She doesn't know. So, well, they're supposed to sense that even if they've never seen a bear before, right? Like danger, bark, bark, bark. She didn't. She was tired, I guess. Oh, gosh. So we're like looking out the window, and she's like straining, shoving her head through to look out the window too, because she's like, oh, there's something there. Uh-huh. Then after that, her and Steven go right back to bed, and I'm like, no freaking way. And Kate hasn't slept since. So I was just laying there. I can't even tell you how scared I was. I was probably more scared than the bears were scared, and they were pretty scared.
How did you get them away? Did you?
They just booked it. No, they just booked it. Once they got caught, they booked it. But we went out the next morning to assess the damage. And we have this trash can, but it's not a can. It's like it basically looks like a heavy-duty, oversized backpack for the car that goes over the spare tire on the back.
Yeah.
It's called a trasharoo. And our little trash thing was inside there. So this bear, there was like all these paw prints on the sides where it was going like this, and then it freaking ripped it. I'm like, come on. It has buckles.
You didn't get the bear-proof one?
Just use the buckles.
Use the... I see a bear go, oh, guys, there's buckles. Just use the buckles. Save your claws.
They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were looking for.
They weren't even hungry.
You could have just used it the way it's supposed to be used. You're smart enough to do it.
Were the bears wearing little fedoras, and did they have bow ties on?
No, they were naked.
That's inappropriate. That is so inappropriate. And I can't believe you brought that up.
They didn't have any clothes on. That was the first thing I noticed.
On this family-friendly podcast, Kate.
Yeah, the bears didn't have any clothes.
What color were their eyes?
Brown.
You don't know.
They were brown.
See.
I did have my glasses on.
Naked bear.
So, what did you want me to say? They didn't have any clothes on. Just their fur.
I wanted them to be like, excuse me, do you have any picnic baskets?
No.
That's what I wanted. That's where I wanted the story to go. I also was waiting for the twist that it wasn't a bear, but it was actually Steven getting a candy bar out of the back seat or something like that.
It was a bear, all right. I'm just thankful that my dog didn't make a peep for once. Because sometimes when there's always all these signs that say dogs antagonize bears. I'm like, oh. So thank goodness she was quiet.
I mean, bears may dig around for trash, but dogs talk trash. Like, that's facts. They do. Right there.
Then on the way home, we went and camped in the same area. All the deer were back.
Well, yeah, no bear.
All the deer were back. And there was a bunch of them by our car on the camp spot. And my dog's growling at him and barking at him. I'm like, okay.
All right. Well, maybe next time just leave Finn with Chris, okay?
Right. She would be devastated.
Make his day, all right?
She would be really devastated.
That's all we need.
If that happened. But I just thought you would enjoy this story where I was absolutely terrified. I was so scared. I can't even...
You didn't try to fight the bear?
No, and here's how scared I was. I didn't even have, like, a nervous poop or anything from it. I was so scared that my body couldn't even make anything.
I don't even know what to do with this story right now. If you didn't have a nervous poop with it, like, what's the point?
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't... Maybe I did the next day. I don't remember. But in that moment, there was just nothing.
Yeah, and Steven didn't care. I'm starting to wonder, did you dream this? Because, like, if Steven just went straight back to sleep, Finn didn't bark.
But, he was like, they're gone. They're not coming back. And he goes back to sleep.
He checked Bear Talk.
It was just sad because they took our trash bag, and now we feel guilty that our 6 pieces of trash are probably littering the beautiful Colorado wilderness right now. And it's not our fault. Someone took them and did that.
Something. Something. Some bear. Well, hey, Kate, we're glad you're back. Sorry about your loss of your trasharoo. You can go get another one on the online.
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna start looking.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, we're gonna take a short break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back, we're gonna be talking about the things that we've been playing. I'm super interested to hear about what Kate's been playing when she was not busy, not fighting bears.
Whatever.
Still kind of salty about that.
I didn't fight them.
But hey, we'll talk about more of that, and let us know in the comment section here on Twitch if you're watching live, or on wherever else you're finding us, on Discord or Facebook or wherever. What have you been playing or experiencing in the nerd culture this week? And we'll talk about ours right here on the Free Play Podcast.
This week in nerd history, computing becomes personal. Nerd history. Prior to the 1980s, IBM had largely been known as a provider of business computer systems. As the 1980s opened, their market share in the growing mini-computer market failed to keep up with competitors, while other manufacturers were beginning to see impressive profits in the microcomputer space. The market for personal computers was dominated at the time by Tandy, Commodore, and Apple, whose machines sold for several $100s each and had become very popular. The microcomputer market was large enough for IBM's attention. IBM had previously produced microcomputers such as the 1975 IBM 5100, but targeted them towards businesses. The 5100 had a price tag as high as $20,000, far outside a standard home's budget. The design process was kept under a policy of strict secrecy, with none of the other IBM divisions knowing what was going on. After settling on the Intel 8088 CPU to build around, the motherboard was designed in just 40 days. A working prototype was created in 4 months and demoed in January of 1981. Manufacturing began that April, and on August 12, 1981, IBM debuted the first PC, selling for $1,565. Reception was overwhelmingly positive, with sales estimates from analysts suggesting billions of dollars in sales over the next few years, and the IBM PC immediately became the talk of the entire computing industry. Dealers were overwhelmed with orders, including customers offering prepayment for machines with no guaranteed delivery date. By the time the machine was shipping, the term PC was becoming a household name. Sales exceeded IBM's expectations by as much as 800%, shipping 40,000 PCs a month at one point. However, almost as soon as the PC reached the market, rumors of clones began, and the first PC-compatible clone was released in June of 1982, less than a year after the PC's debut. Because the IBM PC was based on commodity hardware rather than unique IBM components, and because its operation was extensively documented by IBM, creating machines that were fully compatible with the PC offered few challenges other than the creation of a compatible BIOS ROM. Simple duplication of the IBM PC BIOS was a direct violation of copyright law, but soon into the PC's life, the BIOS was reverse engineered by companies like Compaq, Phoenix Software Associates, American Megatrends, and Award, who either built their own computers that could run the same software and use the same expansion hardware as the PC, or sold their BIOS code to other manufacturers who wished to build their own machines. The clone market eventually became so large that it lost its association with IBM's original, and the term PC became a set of de facto standards established by various hardware manufacturers. But for more than a year, IBM was the king of the PC, and is largely credited for the idea of having a computer in your home. Think of where we'd be without it. I'm Radio Matt. See you next time for more Nerd History.
Hey, what's up, nerds, and welcome back to the Free Play Podcast. Once again, my name is Bubba, joined with Kate, the bear scarer.
Did not. Well, the bear scared me, so scared by the bear.
Scared by the bear. Hey, you are listening to and are watching the Free Play Podcast, and at this time, what we want to do is we want to talk about the stuff that we've been experiencing in nerd culture. So that's books that we've been reading, anything that we've been watching, games that we've been playing, yada, 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 all the different things. So, Kate, what are some of the things that you have done? Like, I have to imagine it's a lot, right?
Well, I don't know.
Forever.
I don't know what number you have in your head, so I can't confirm or deny that it's more or less than what you're thinking. Okay, no, it's way less. So
because
over
you
summer,
have an entire summer's worth of stuff.
So over summer, what I did is I replayed the Mass Effect trilogy. I took my time since I didn't have to tell all these people, I'm doing side quests again for the 7th week in a row, right?
Okay.
So I played the whole trilogy. I loved it even more than I did the first time. Well, the third game can really wreck you. So then after that, I replayed Mass Effect Andromeda because why not? I'm on summer break.
Yeah.
For the third time. What else are you gonna do? That was the third time.
There's nothing else to do.
I'll play every Mass Effect thing available to me. And the third time of that game, I really had to push myself to get through it.
No, you did not.
I was really dragging. I did. I skipped so much stuff because I'm like, not today. I already know what goes on. I'm not gonna. At this point, I just want to get through. Then I didn't play any games for a while. Then I shoveled a lot of horse poop.
Okay.
Steven wanted to play Mario Kart a couple times in the tent because he just wanted to.
All right.
He did pretty well. But we also played on just 100cc.
Did he beat you? I guess that's the question.
Some of the races he did. Although I think as we were playing, I realized I think I have the settings set up so you can't fall off the track.
Oh, hey.
Because I think I let some little kids play it once and I just never changed the settings back. But
hey, Steven had a blast and did really well.
I had fun and I didn't fall off once on Rainbow Road. So that was the one that made me think, I think something's wrong here.
Yeah, when you didn't fall off?
Yeah.
No, it checks out.
But now I'm back in it. I'm back in it for the games for free play.
Okay.
So I started playing Pikmin 3, I think is the number. That's on Switch.
Is that's the newest one?
I guess.
I don't really follow Pikmin. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like,
I don't either, but I played the demo and I liked it. And then when I had that debacle trying to get my Mass Effect disc Target would only trade the, all that stuff. I just said, okay, give me Pikmin, I guess. So I have
Give me Pikmin or give me death.
Yeah, and it's fun.
What's the premise of Pikmin?
You're 3 people, not human. I don't know what you are. You're trying to find food because your planet's dying and they got jack squat to eat. So then you go to this other planet and you're like looking for their stuff, fruit, and the Pikmin live there. So you use the Pikmin to help steal their own food.
Oh no, Kate.
I just now put that together. Well, I don't know if the Pikmin eat that. Anyways. Pikmin, it's fine. I'll get through it. And what we're going to talk about next, the indie showcase. When I saw that, this game that I've been waiting ages to come out, Garden Story, it's out now. So I got it day 1 or maybe day 2.
Yeah, like we'll talk about that here in just a second. But that was the game that I was like, oh, Garden Story. That's got Kate written all over
I've been following the devs' Twitter accounts for so long because I wanted to play this game, and you play as a little grape named Concord.
Have you beaten it yet?
No, I haven't even put that much time into it. Not even an hour.
Like 60
I'd say.
hours?
No, not even an hour.
Not even an hour.
Because I just got it, and I've been so busy doing things.
Oh my gosh.
But that's what I was sitting on the floor playing just now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was playing Garden Story because it's really cute. And I love games like that. Well, I thought I did. I mean, not that I don't, but I mean, that was not what I wanted to say.
Well, now's the time. Like, what do you do?
No, I like it. I like games like that. I don't know why I said that. It made it seem like I didn't. Maybe I meant that there's not that much like good games that are like that are out. Because people are like, oh, look, it's this style of graphics. Let's make a game and put it out, and it sucks and it's trash.
Yes.
So I don't want this game to be trash. So far, it's not trash for me, but
it looks very Stardew.
Yeah.
Obviously, looks has the pixelated graphics, but there's like a heavy amount of like. Does he combat? Like I saw some like legit.
There's
combat. In the game?
Yeah, I have a little rake and I have a sword. That's what he does.
What are you fighting?
Rot. That's a garden's worst nightmare. So it's like...
And maybe pesticide?
I don't know exactly where the rot came from. I don't know if they've said already and I just wasn't listening, or if they're going to say. But that's part of my thing is I have to get the rot out. And sometimes there's these roots growing and they have rot on them and you have to, take care of those.
Oh, yeah. What are you going to do? Not take care of them? That's crazy talk.
But you have a little shield. It's really good. I like it.
How much did this game cost you?
$20. Or no, $20 minus $1 and something because I used my Nintendo points. So
I thought you were going to say you used like a KSM discount or something like that.
Yeah, the KSM discount, if you can use it anywhere for any product.
Just enter an offer code KSM and see what happens.
Yeah. It's a $20 game. Stardew was a $15 game, and I have gotten hundreds of hours of love and joy out of that game.
Oh, yeah. I caught Anna playing Animal Crossing today.
Oh. And
I looked at her, I was like, when's the last time you logged in and did anything with the island? And she was like, well, yesterday. And I was like, okay, well, before then, and it had been so long. So long.
I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back because there'll be so many weeds. I don't want to see a roach in my house.
You just abandoned all those people. You know that, right?
They have every right to leave if they want.
They can't. The game's turned off.
That didn't stop them.
You ever seen Wreck-It Ralph?
That didn't stop them before.
Okay.
Tom Nook's going wild.
Oh, yeah. He really is. Oh, man. Oh, what else? Have you been playing anything else?
That's a lot of stuff.
It's barely anything.
I just came back from the vacation and I started. No.
Do you have any plans to play anything else? Besides Garden Story?
Garden Story's not enough for this podcast?
No. Not in a vacuum.
Okay, I did see... Remember that game? Oh, I guess you don't really care about PlayStation 5 because you're...
That's not true. I just don't have a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, so then you don't care about it as much.
No, that's not true. Kate, you were there when I had my first experience with the PlayStation 5, and I almost walked away with it.
Well, there's that game coming out, and they have the release date, September 21st or September 25th. I don't remember. One of those. That... Forgot her name. Kenua? Is that her name? Bridge of Spirits. The girl with the staff thingy and then the black puffball things.
What are you talking about right now?
That's the game. Not Senua's Sacrifice.
That's what I was thinking. Or I was like, are you trying to think of the main character from Horizon Zero Dawn's game?
No,
like,
Aloy. Kenua Bridge of Spirits. Video game here. Oh, it's Kina. It's not Kenua. Kina Bridge of Spirits is an upcoming action-adventure game. Kina, a young spirit guide who uses her magical abilities to help deceased people move from the physical to the spirit world. Third person.
She's the fairy.
It looks really cool, so I want to play that.
Fairy lady.
September something it comes out. So I have a month to kill.
Thank you for rubbing it in my face that you have a PlayStation 5 and I don't.
Well, I worked really hard to coordinate with Frost to do all the work to get it.
Did you work hard though?
I worked hard to coordinate with Frost for him to do the work. That's what.
Yeah, it was such hard work not doing the work.
Saying, Frost, you got this. Just keep trying.
Delegation, right? Like it just make you sweat.
So hopefully this game comes out at this pushed date. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Horizon Zero Dawn was supposed to come out holiday this year, which I doubt.
I haven't heard anything on it. So if they do, it's going to be...
It's not. So I told myself, don't accept any date they tell you. Push it back a year. Every time they move the date, push it back a year.
Yeah,
so I'll be surprised if it comes out early.
We're living in kind of Halo Infinite timeframes here. We can give you the game maybe, probably sometime.
Sometime it'll come out.
Yeah. Oh, sign up for our demo. You probably won't get it, but just sign up. Make you feel better about yourself.
Well, that's enough about what I'm trying to do. What have you been playing?
Man, I hear that, Kate. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So again, I don't play like a ton of games. I just don't have time for it. I've got a lot of stuff to do. I'm not some nerd that just sits around and plays games all the time. Like I'm a grown man with responsibilities. Psych, I'm real sad about it. I wish I could just sit around and play games all the time. And I feel like every time I sit down, I'm like, I'm going to play a game. I'm like, I could play a game, or I could do the work that I've been putting off. Or I could do the work that I have to do, whether I've been putting it off or not. All this podcasts that we have and video shows and getting stuff up and, working on streams and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. But I did have time. I have a locked in guaranteed game time every Thursday night, and that's when I stream. And so I'm actually trying to set up my own personal stream probably in October, because I don't think I'll have any time between now and then.
What do you mean your own personal stream?
I mean like on my Twitch channel. You're gonna use your own Twitch channel? I think so. You're gonna become a Twitch streamer? I'm gonna be. They're gonna be like, Ninja, who? Never heard of her. We watch Bubba, over here. But I don't know when I'm gonna start it. But like for me, like I want to play games. Like I want to play. I want to play New World. I want to play Back 4 Blood. I want to play Mario Golf. Like I want to play these games that are on my list of things to play, but I just don't have a dedicated time to do that. And if I don't put it into my schedule, which I live and die by my calendar right now, anytime somebody's like, "Hey, Bubba, can I do this? You got time?" I send them my Calendly link, and I'm like, if it's free on here, put it on the calendar and let's freaking go. But yeah, I mean, like I want to get back into Call of Duty Zombies and stuff like that. I want to play these games that I enjoy. But for right now, I have Thursday evenings-ish when con season starts. All of September is basically shot. But
it's fine.
Last night, I had a chance, on our Thursday stream, I had a chance to play, what's it called? I get the name wrong all the time. Back 4 Blood. It's by the Left 4 Dead guys. So I never played Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2 or, anything else that they made. I haven't played any of it. Thought that you had to pre-purchase the game in order to get the access to the beta. That's an important part of the story. Because then I bought the game. And was like, hey, who wants to join me on stream tonight? Plays up to 4 players at the same time. Who wants to be on stream tonight? Okay, thanks, bud. I have a package here.
What is it? What's the package?
Who knows? It could be anything. And so I told everybody like, hey, you're gonna have to buy the game, and immediately everybody backed out. And I was like, oh, okay, well, sorry guys. And
guess
then
you're not my ride or dies.
I was playing with Praxim, and he was like, hey, it's free. I was like, okay, that's good to know. The demo is either free or $60 if you get it my way. And so like, I don't know, but anyway, I like the game. Like it's great gameplay. We played it started the campaign, played it on the baby, like infancy, basically story mode version of it. And I like it. I feel like the gunplay on it is really good. It feels really smooth. I gotta figure out how to. I can't see anything in that game.
Play the game.
Like, yeah, if I can just figure out how to play it, that'd be great. But like legitimately speaking, I can't hardly see anything, and then I'm looking over on stream, and it's like real dark. In the dark areas, it's like.
Have you tried opening your eyes all the way?
No, I usually play with sunglasses on. Like I squint and I put my sunglasses on. Sometimes I'll like look in the opposite direction. Just to see. But it was a blast. Like I absolutely love that game. I'm glad I bought it because I'm going to be playing it more. Like it's a fun game.
Then you won't.
It's right up my alley.
You won't be sad. It wasn't an accidental $60 purchase of regret.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It wasn't that.
Not yet anyway. I don't know. I'll probably get to the point where I'm like, this game's dumb. I hate this game. And that's when I'm bad at the game. That's what I say when I'm bad at a game. But I also opened up, probably played like, I don't know, like 2 seconds worth of Diablo 2 Resurrected. And so that is old school Diablo 2 that I played 200 years ago, it felt like. I played when I was in like middle school maybe.
Baby Bubby playing this game.
And I loved it. Like seriously, this is one of my favorite games of all time, and it's finally out again. And the graphics are dope. Like it looks so great. They have it's like the open beta out right now. And again, I bought the game, so I got immediate access to it, all that stuff. I have 0 time to play it. I won't be able to play it again probably before I probably won't even be able to play it again before the beta shuts down because it's only open for like a couple of days. But I opened it up. I watched the opening cinematic. It's different. It's gorgeous. The game looks great, feels great. Kind of walked around the town a little bit, did some stuff. It makes my heart happy because like that's my nostalgia at cranked to 11, like legit on this game. I mean, that might be my game that I'm just like, hey, I don't know what else to play. I'm kind of bored. Just boot up Diablo and go for it.
Yeah, maybe that's me in Mortal Kombat.
Are you into it? Like, is it?
I haven't been playing it, but I bought it after we had that thing that weekend. Yeah. Then it turns out it was free. Well, then it.
Oh, you bought it?
I bought it, but then Matt was like, "You can get it for free." I'm like, "Huh?"
But you got the characters.
I mean, I didn't get all the characters that we unlocked that weekend because I have to unlock them. So
I thought you could buy them.
I'm not buying them.
But I thought you said you bought the game. I thought that like when
I
you buy the game,
not all the characters, because then you still have to go in there and unlock them. And I'm at like I could probably choose between maybe 10 characters if I wanted to just play 1v1.
That you bought a free game and didn't get any. You started off no better than. Oh man. Well, I have that game also. I have Mortal Kombat XL, and I have all the characters.
I'm over it now. Maybe I do. I don't know. I haven't touched it since because I started to get so frustrated. Because at this point, I can't just give the controller to somebody else and be like, "Hey, you do it." I have to do it all myself.
Steven, hey.
No, he doesn't want to.
Well, here's what you do: call Drew.
Yeah, and be like, "Can you just come here really quick and just handle this and then go home?"
I feel like he would love to do that. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, when we had our get-together last month in Ventura, I don't know how it happened, but Matt installed on Chris's PlayStation 5, he installed Mortal Kombat XL, as it were. Mm-hmm. And then you guys couldn't put it down. Like, I would go off and do something else, and I would see you, Matt, and Drew.
I wanted to know what was going to happen next in the story, so I'll do whatever it takes to get there. If that means having someone else do it for me because I'm not good enough, I'll do it.
Fair point. Hey, spoiler alert, we beat that game.
Yeah.
And I did Chris was like, if you would have asked me, just give me a million years to guess what we would be doing this weekend, beating Mortal Kombat would not have been on that list. Full of surprises. Yeah. What are you going to do?
Well, it happened, so get bent.
Right. I don't even know. Like, looking into the future, I don't know what I'm going to be playing. I know that I will be. I'm watching Game of Thrones right now, and I've been saying lately, Kate, that it's not something that I recommend, but it is something I can have a conversation with somebody if they want to talk about Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. The story is actually pretty dang compelling as far as stories go. I just now started season 4. And I will probably be binging the entire season 2 of The Chosen. And again, if you've not watched The Chosen,
I haven't.
I cannot recommend that show enough. It is fantastic. It's just so good. So go check those things out. I want to hear the things that you guys have been watching. The things you guys have been playing, you've been reading, you've been doing whatever. We've got book club going on if you like to read. They're reading all kinds of stuff. Their latest episode covers Children of Blood and Bone, which I think Netflix actually made a series about, or is making a series about.
I think so.
Yeah. And so, like, get in on that, be a part of those conversations, and just get involved with us all over the place. I recommend Discord. The most of our, I would say, most intentional community happens inside of Discord. So head on over to lovethynerd.com/Discord for more information, more conversation. Also, I forgot to mention this. I watched Marvel What If, and I think you should watch it too, Kate.
I'm assuming it's on Disney Plus.
It's on Disney Plus, yeah.
Well, Disney hasn't given me a free thing, so.
Well, just put in your subscription, password.
So I don't.
Yeah. Just try promo code KSM.
I'll try Bubba Sucks 123. That usually works.
Which was legitimately one of your passwords before. Well, hey, don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about Nintendo's latest indie showcase reveal that they did just a couple of days ago right here on the YouTubes. So like I said, don't go anywhere, and we'll be back with more of the Free Play Podcast.
This week in nerdy news, this is LTNN. Microsoft is working on a new mode for their Edge browser that makes it super duper secure. In fact, that's even what they named it, Super Duper Secure Mode. It's still in the experimental stage, but it is hopeful that it'll make it harder for attackers to attempt to exploit bugs in the browser. It would accomplish this by turning off certain optimizations, such as Edge's JavaScript engine that's meant to make a website's code run faster. So while it may mean a slower surfing speed, there's less chance you'll be knocked off by a rough wave. Or get kidnapped by pirates. Paramount Plus is pulling out all the stops to hit their goal of 65 to 75 million streaming subscribers by 2024. In the latest update of exclusive content, they have struck a deal with Trey Parker and Matt Stone to extend South Park into season 30 and to create a staggering 14 movies, all of which are set to premiere exclusively on the streaming service. This includes 2 movies coming out in the next 4 months. And speaking of Paramount Plus pulling out all the stops, as if 5 Star Trek series in production at one time weren't enough, it appears they're already working on a 6th series. According to the New York Times, this new show will be centered around Starfleet Academy, made with a younger audience in mind. As to what time period it'll be set in, that's still unknown. But with a 6th series on the way, it makes even the most hardcore Trekkie ask the question, is there such a thing as too much Star Trek? The answer might be yes. Getting a little trekked out over here. I'm already having a hard time keeping up with the 3 series that we have. We're going to be adding 3 more? What, should I quit my job? That was This Week in Nerdy News. I'm Radio Matt, and this is LTNN.
Oh, hey, welcome back, Kate. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Free Play Podcast. Once again, my name is Bubba, joined with Kate.
Yes.
We're a couple of the co-founders and hosts here on the Free Play Podcast. And during the break, I went ahead and I opened my package because my son was like, hey, Dad, we got a package.
Emergency, there's a package.
And it was an emergency, and I'm actually glad that he did. So, this is what came in the package. Look at this thing.
Oh.
For our podcast listeners, this is Throw Avocado from the makers of Throw Burrito.
So I was sort of right in my guess.
Yeah.
I asked for a hint. He said he wouldn't give a hint. So I just guessed and said, is it food related? He said, kind of.
Kind of. It is. And so for those of you that don't know about this game, like even Throw Burrito, it's basically, if you ever played the game Spoons, that's what this game is. Except for you get to throw like burritos or, in this case, squishy avocados at each other.
Can you hold their face close to the camera so I can see their face?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know why that matters to me, but it just
Hopeless.
does. Oh, they have big... Oh.
Yeah, everything is very...
I like it.
This one's no pit. This one has the pit.
Well, only one could have the pit because if they're 2 parts of the same avocado.
Yeah, I guess that's not how. Yeah, it's not realistic.
Oh,
you know,
it looks realistic.
And it came with this. I don't even know what this is. This was something extra. It's a flight suit.
For who?
For the avocados.
You put it on them?
Yeah, and so because like I really wish that we would have had these for Throw Burrito. A little flight suit there.
Oh.
We'll wrap it up because this is like foam, and the foam gets like all jacked. It starts to break and all that stuff, and so you can actually mix this game with your Throw Burrito. There's a deck in here that says "Do not open unless you have Throw Burrito." So, spoiler alert: I do have it. Throw Burrito was a game that we bought so many times for so many people.
Well,
yeah.
So I guess that's the free play unboxing.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you're welcome. That's kind of quality content you get if you watch the show on twitch.tv/lovethynerd, or if you're catching it later on the YouTubes. Moving along with the show here, Kate, we want to talk a little bit about the Nintendo Indie Showcase that came out just a couple of days ago. The Indie
2 days
World Showcase.
Yeah, don't forget the world. First of all, when I saw that, I just reflected for a moment on how I couldn't believe... I mean, if I told you 10 years ago that Nintendo would have a console of some kind that was open to third-party developers and indie developers, you would have said, you lie!
You lie.
But look what's happening right now. There's a showcase specifically for indie games, one of which I was so stoked about because the Garden Story thing that I said. So, looking at these, some of these really stood out to me that I kind of wasn't expecting. Did anything like really kind of stand out to you?
There were a lot of things that stuck out to me. I actually wrote down 4 different things. And the first of which was like right out of the gate, they did like a Jet Set Radio or a Jet Grind Radio clone. Like, did you notice that? I didn't even write down the name of the game. I just wrote down Jet Set Radio clone. No. Did you ever play that game?
No.
Like on Dreamcast or Xbox or anything like that? Yeah. So you would go through and you would like do skate tricks, like not on a skateboard, but like on rollerblades. And so in doing that, you would get points and you would like tag things and do all sorts of stuff. It was it wasn't reminiscent of, it was before, but like of like Tony Hawk, like Underground and stuff like that, where you would go through and do all that stuff. And so this game was just like really cel shaded, really cartoony, like all sorts of stuff like that. And it was just like, it looked almost exactly like Jet Set or Jet Grind Radio. And my initial thought was, why not just do that game? Maybe they lost the license. Maybe they're not even the right publisher. Like,
maybe not.
I don't know.
Was it Bomb Rush Cyberpunk?
I think that was it.
Because this description looks like what you're talking about. Graffiti action adventure, grind, paint, combo your way to become an all-city king. One of the best graffiti artists in sprawling metropolis.
And so like when you get to a certain spot, like if you're going to tag something, then you have to do like a pattern in order to get the tag to show up in the spot. You're not like actually doing all the graffiti, but you have to do like, you know, some witchcraft signal or something like that. But yeah, so that was the one that stood out for me. And then the very next thing that I saw that did anything for me was Garden Story, and immediately like the only thing I wrote down, Garden Story, Kate. And so that was the beginning of my message to you was, hey, Garden Story much?
Yeah.
And you said absolutely.
The Lord has heard my prayers. I wanted another game that was made for me on the Switch. Garden Story just fell out of the sky in the showcase. I thought you would like the Shovel Knight one.
So here's the deal. I skipped over it. My kids would like Shovel Knight. Was it like Puzzle Knight or something like that? And like it's fine. I just don't need another puzzle game. Like I didn't play Puzzle Fighter or anything like that. So I just, you know, it's just not, it's not a thing for me. Just because it has the skin on there.
I get that.
If it's free, I'll download it. But like, it's probably not going to be free. It'll probably be like a $15, $20 game, if not more.
Probably. But I would bet. My bet is 20.
Yeah.
Does it have the? Oh, it doesn't have a page yet on the store.
Yeah.
For me to confirm.
Not super interested in it. It's not doing a whole lot for me. It's not drawing me into my Switch more. It's not even bringing me further into the Shovel Knight franchise. But they seem pretty stoked about it. So, hey, more content, the better.
I felt like there was a wide variety of stuff in this. I mean, there were actually a surprising amount of games that they talked about. And then varying in price. Like that Islanders console edition is like $5.
Yeah, it's not bad. You know, like
where you build. It's like a little puzzle game where you build an island with the certain pieces and whatever.
That stuff is pretty cool. I'm here for that. I mean, like we do have to battle against things like Pokemon Unite that just came out. That obviously is not a part of this indie showcase, but it's a free download. And then it's like freemium up to like level 8 or 10 or whatever. And then they're like, hey, buy all these things to make your characters better and stuff. But still at the same time, it's like there's so much out there already that's competing for my time and my money. Not everything hits for me. You know?
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Or else you better like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you see the one for Boyfriend Dungeon?
I did.
Which had me laughing.
Are you going to play it?
I might.
So I saw this game.
It's so funny. Like,
I saw this game years ago. I mean, probably 3 or 4 years ago at a convention.
This one?
Yes, this game. Because it was being developed, you know, and like, hey, they come and they show all these games off. And the whole, like, you date your weapon. And
that's the premise. You're dating your weapon. You can find 8 or 9 or something like that.
Boyfriend Dungeon is the name of the game.
You can date your weapons.
And so there was what's the name of the game? Like Beautiful Boyfriend or something like that. Yeah, the dating sim scene.
Was that the pigeon one?
I don't know. Maybe it's the same one I'm thinking about.
There's a pigeon one. If that's not it, there's a pigeon one.
And this is popular. Like this, the dating things that aren't humans is like a popular thing. Hatful Boyfriend. There we go.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I was thinking about. And like this is a popular thing in the East. Like these kinds of games exist. These dating sims and all sorts of stuff. This just takes it to another like ridiculous level.
It's funny.
It's like the better your relationship has, or the better relationship you have with your weapon, the better your weapon performs. Like the better it is in combat and stuff like that. And so I don't know all the mechanics. I have no idea. I just looked at it. It was crazy, Kate. At the convention, you couldn't get in, like, to see the game. Like there was always somebody there. There was always a crowd around.
There was always a line.
Dude, it was crazy. It was funny. Crazy.
I need to put this on my wish list so that if it goes on sale before I'm done with all my other things.
Yeah. Do that. Put it on your wish list. And then the last one that I wrote down was Eastward.
I wrote that one down too.
It just looks cool. I don't know anything about it. I mean, obviously all we have are the things that were out there, and I didn't do like a whole lot of research on it, honestly, because it was just, when I watch these indie showcases, it's what's drawing my attention, what's catching my eye, what is the thing that maybe when I see it in the shop later, I'll stop by and pick it up.
Yeah.
And Eastward, it's a pixely adventure game, and it looks gorgeous. Like I'm getting some serious like Legend of Zelda Link to the Past vibes.
Yeah. Did you know the publisher is Chucklefish that published Stardew Valley?
Hey, Chucklefish is crushing it with pixel stuff, man.
They're killing it. They have another game that I've been waiting also ages and ages and ages for called Witchbrook.
I was going to say the witch one, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is basically, you know, witchy Starbrew. They should have called it Starbrew. I'm remembering this conversation now. I feel like I said that before.
So that was partially, I mean, that also caught my interest that it's the same publisher besides just looking at it. But it does look intriguing enough to stand on its own besides, oh, I like this because Chucklefish has their name on it. It looks interesting.
Yeah.
I don't
So, of the lineup,
yeah.
Which one?
Garden Story.
Okay. Because you've already bought it. You've already done it.
Okay, besides, I don't even know the question. Ask the question first.
I was going to say, which one are you most likely to like play? Like
Garden Story.
Obviously, you already bought it.
Okay, number 2, Boyfriend Dungeon, for sure.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
So, do you think this is a game that Steven will watch you play?
I don't play my Switch on the TV, but if I did put it on the TV, he would not watch it. Because he doesn't... This style of game, too, like dungeon kind of stuff, he doesn't really care about. He likes heavy hitting things like SnowRunner. Which while we were in Colorado, I went into a Walmart. All the Switch games were $50 or under, even if they just came out. Can you believe that?
Is that Walmart going out of business or like what's
No, they're flourishing. So I almost thought, should I get something? And SnowRunner was their first Switch for $50, and Steven goes, oh, they have SnowRunner here.
You just tell him that SnowRunner's actually on Game Pass right now for $0 extra.
Well, we don't have Xbox, so it doesn't.
Well,
anyways,
that could be Steven's console.
He likes the heavy hitting like story stuff. He doesn't like watching dungeony things or dating weapons. He likes watching Arthur Morgan get on the train and say, "I'll make her stop," like that. He likes watching. That's probably one of the best missions in Red Dead Redemption 2, by the way.
That is probably a spoiler. I don't know.
Pour forth oil or something like that. It's one of the best ones. Part 4 of that one.
Again, that's just it's a show that's always on my short list of things to, or it's a game that's always on my short list to play.
SnowRunner?
Yeah, SnowRunner. No, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, I think you'll give up, honestly, Bubba, because you're not as dedicated as me and Matt to things like that.
I've given up several times.
There's no hope for you. Return it.
I've made it to the first shack, and that's it. That's as far as I've gotten.
That's about 15 minutes in.
I don't even think you see the game title yet. I mean, like, that's how...
I am so disappointed in you, but whatever.
Yeah, well... Join the club. It's a whole chat where the people are disappointed with me right now.
What's going to make this season any different? No, you don't have to. You don't have to play it. So for me, number 1, Garden Story, obviously, because I picked it up. 2, Boyfriend Dungeon. Number 3, Eastward.
I think for me, Eastward is probably at the top of that list, just because it feels like something. It just feels like a game that I would really enjoy.
I think so. It kind of had that vibe where I thought, I think Bubba might like this one.
I mean, if I can like sit down and dedicate time to playing games, these are the kind of games that I play. There is a game on the Switch, and I'm sure it's on other consoles too. But there's a game out there called Blossom Tales.
Yeah, with the girl.
Yeah, and I've played a ton of that. I mean, a ton of it. And it's just like I set the game down, or another game comes out, or I get busy doing something, and then I come back to them like, if I start now, I probably won't know what I'm doing. So like when I was playing through Mario Odyssey, and when I was playing through Breath of the Wild, I legit had to tell myself, hey, whenever you sit down to play a game, and you will make time to sit down to play games, you're going to play this game and this game only. Like, I just didn't. I didn't play anything else while I was playing those 2 games. And I only played them by themselves. So
yeah, I think that's good. That's what I do. I play the game until it's done.
Yeah, but
look how much I get done in a year.
Oh God, Kate, you play so many games. I'm like big time jealous and envious of that.
Well, time management. I don't know. I also don't have 4 kids.
That's fair. Me neither. Yeah. But no, like I'm going to get done with this podcast, and then I'm going to drive for 4 hours to West Texas.
What?
Going to a funeral. We had somebody.
Now I feel bad that I asked.
Yeah, I know. You kind of walked into it. We got somebody in our family that passed away after getting COVID, and so yeah, and so we're going to go.
Texas.
I'm going to go. Anna can't. I'm going to go and do that. So. What are you doing? You drawing something over there?
I was figuring out north, south, east, west. Which side of Texas is west? So there's easier ways to have thought about it that I realize now. But
yeah, it rhymes. Left is west.
Never eat soggy waffles. That's how I think of it. North, east, south. That was me trying my best.
Are you eat or waffles?
I don't know.
Waffles. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to Waffles, Texas.
Okay, thank you. That clarifies it.
And it's like 4 hours away. So like even then, I'm like, man, I'm not going to have time to play games or do anything, and I'll probably be there all day tomorrow, and then probably even drive back Sunday. And so
get an Oculus, use an Oculus, play a game on your Oculus while you're driving.
Kate, you have no idea how bad I want like a Quest 2. Like whenever I got my supercomputer, I was like, it's time. It's time to go VR. And then it's just not it, it's not a thing.
My mom experienced VR for the first time because one of her clients brought an Oculus and they had her put it on. She could not believe it. She was trying to explain it to me. I'm like, yeah, it's a real thing. It's real. It's
not like when you do Google Cardboard.
No.
Like, I don't know if you've ever done that. Like, you just put your phone in, download the Google app, and then you can actually put it in like a cardboard thing. And
it's not like that.
It's not the same. It's not the same at all. And absolutely, Stephen Ridley is right. Super Hot is legit in VR. It is absolutely legit. And fun fact, I've mentioned this before, and I will mention it again. Inside of Super Hot, you can hear our very own Drew Dixon.
I don't understand how this is possible, but I'm not
in the speakers, because we had them on our Game Church podcast when we were part of Game Church. We had them, the devs on there, and they asked if they could use that interview in the game. And he said, yeah, absolutely. And then legit forgot to ask, or forgot to tell us that he did that. So, I mean, that's absolutely crazy. When you go and play the OG original Super Hot, like in between like the levels, you go back to the computer area. And it was tripping me out. I'm not lying. I thought, because I was playing on my sister's phone, or on her Quest,
You're like, Drew is here.
Well, I thought maybe she had been listening to our podcasts, honestly. And I was like, hey, is it... I guess it is possible that it could just be playing her Google Podcast, because she has an Android phone. It could be just playing that through the speakers. Like that's completely possible. It just plays whatever you have in your playlist. But nope, it's legit all the way in the game. And I'm like leaning in. I look like an idiot. You look stupid enough when you're playing VR. I look like an absolute idiot because I just been doing all this stuff with Super Hot. And then I'm like, I'm leaning in because everything is proximity in VR. I'm leaning in and getting closer and closer. And my sister's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, my friend is on this game. My friend's voice is in this game. She goes, no, there's
crazy.
no way.
You looked crazy.
I look like an idiot. I went straight to Slack. I asked, and Drew was like, oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about that. I was like, yeah, you did. That would have been something to say. But,
well, hey, so Drew's a voice actor now.
Hey, he's the most famous boy of all the boys. Well, hey, you know what? We're going to take a short break. Those are some of the things that we have been, thinking about with the indie showcase. Let us know, what games do you think that you're going to be able to play? Which ones do you want to play? And I tell you what, just for you guys in the Twitch chat, because I love you so dang much, and I want you to feel heard, and I want you to feel seen and known, for our ending segment, we're going to talk to you guys and answer your questions from the chat. So just go ahead and hit us up during the break or during the next segment, and we'll talk directly to you because for whatever reason, you want Kate and I to talk to you.
Yeah. Hi.
I can tell you from talking to Kate right now, it's not that good. Like,
hey,
but hey,
9 out of 10 Kate's the experience.
I was going to say like me talking. So maybe just talk to Kate. Yeah. Well, hey, don't go anywhere. Stick around. We'll be right back with more of the Free Play Podcast.
Hi, everyone. I'm John Brady, and this is Reviews of the Nerds. The jungle is thick, and the journey hasn't been without its perils. Your tiny crew punches through the undergrowth with machetes and the will to discover the unknown. A foreboding archway carved with runes and glyphs warns you to stay away, but you continue on to a rugged stone shelf that juts out over a large complex of vine-covered buildings. In the distance, the silhouette of a monstrous temple looms in front of the setting sun. You have the feeling that the temple isn't the only monstrous thing you'll encounter here. Turning to your team, you direct them to set up camp. Tomorrow's a big day. Lost Ruins of Arnak is a deck-building, worker placement tabletop game for 1 to 4 players. Set aside 30 minutes per player during this game intended for participants 12 years and up. Explore the sites surrounding the Lost Temple of Arnak, collecting the idols, resources, and abilities you find there. But beware, powerful guardians will hinder the explorer who dares to enter. Defeat them to gain awesome advantages. Retreat only if you must, taking a fear card into your deck and thus muddying up your chances of drawing your better cards. Use coins to buy tool cards, which are free to play. Use compasses to purchase overpowered artifacts, which require an activation cost after their initial play. Trim your deck down to become an efficient engine. Research your way up the temple track to get even more benefits and reach the temple chamber, where giant tablets and tons of points await discovery. At game end, tally up your points from your temple research, defeated guardians, idols, and all cards you have purchased. Lose points for any fear cards you still have. Lost Ruins of Arnak is a competition to see who can squeeze out the most lucrative turns for the longest time. It is serious fun, and those who are willing to take great risk may find great reward along the way. I give the tabletop game, Lost Ruins of Arnak, a 9.5 out of 10. I'm John Brady, and remember, fortune and glory, kid. Fortune and glory.
Hey there, and welcome back to the Free Play Podcast. And to close out our show today, we are going to be answering some of y'all's questions and things because, hey, we do want to interact with you. We want you to feel heard, and not just feel heard, but actually be heard as well. Because a lot of the reasons that we do the things that we do is to interact with you guys and to help you feel like you do have a relationship with us. Relationship is huge for us here at Love Thy Nerd. So, let's go ahead and jump into some of this. Kate, what do we got? What do we got from the chat here?
Well, we got number one question from Steven is, my question, favorite chill Switch game other than Stardew Valley? I need a new chill game. I have 2 recommendations.
Yeah, this might be all you.
That's fine. I have 2 recommendations. Try Littlewood and try Spiritfarer. See if either of those 2 is for you. They're probably $15-20.
Frost just said Littlewood in the chat there.
Frost and I went through a big Littlewood phase. It was intense. It's really fun. They're fun, like pretty lighthearted, easy to get into, easy to put down and pick back up. Yeah. So those are 2 that I would recommend that you get for sure. I would say, I mean, there's so many. Like, it feels like the Switch was designed just for chill games. Yeah.
You can get some intense stuff like Smash or whatever, but like, I mean, if you think about it, like even Breath of the Wild is just like that game just oozes chill as you're going through it. There is a game coming out for the Switch. It's not out right now. They actually, I think they announced it during the Indie Showcase. But Slime Rancher.
I saw that. That's like the perfect Switch game. I was shocked when I went to look for it and it wasn't there.
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic. Like we play, I think it's like, it's had an expansion or the second one's coming out or something like that. I don't remember. But I played it years ago on Xbox. It was part of Game Pass. I think it still is a part of Game Pass. And it's just, you're just sucking up little gumdrops and plopping them in their pens, and you can breed them and all sorts of stuff.
I saw Jate play it once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it seemed to be a very Kate game at the time, although I have other Kate games that I'm playing right now.
Fair enough, yeah.
Obviously, but...
So it's like, it's a first-person shooter chill game.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Which is, yeah. But check that one out. That's a good cool. That's a good recommendation, Bob. I didn't even think of that one because I was thinking about my own things. Very selfish.
Well, because when we think of chill games, like the ones that come up are, Animal Crossing, Spiritfarer, like these side scrollers or pixelated, or these farming sims and like all these other things. I think that the thing that defines a chill game, at least in my brain, and I could be wrong, is like monotony. Like, Are there just like these mundane tasks that you're having to do over and over and over again? And if there are, then that's a chill game. You know, I could be wrong, you know, but
But I don't mind the monotony. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's nice. In that
Bugsnax. Yeah.
In that setting.
Did you not like, Steven? Did you not like Bugsnax?
Bugsnax.
Come on, man. Bugsnax was the heat. That was the PlayStation 5 seller right there.
That was the big exclusive.
Would we consider Protogus saying Goose Game? Would we consider that a chill game? Untitled Goose Game?
I don't know.
It's real like stealthy. It's real sneaky.
I didn't play it.
Huh.
I guess I have my own. Well, to me, chill is maybe different. Like I play the monotonous kind of.
Yeah. I really like my go-to chill game, and this is, I don't even think it's on Switch. I'm actually pretty certain that it's not. Goose Game was definitely chill. Okay, cool. Thanks, Jello. My go-to chill game is Plants vs. Zombies. Because really almost no matter like how intense it gets, I've played the game so much that I've got my system. I know what I'm doing. I know where things go.
You know where you're going to put the sunflowers. You know where you're going to put the...
2 rows of sunflowers.
I need to play that. I do the 2 rows too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have it on my junk crap little iPad. I'll have to boot it up again. I think that's the only thing that's on my iPad is that and Roller Coaster Tycoon. Nothing else.
Tower defense games normally do stress me out, but again, like this one it's pretty straightforward. Now, they did come out with Plants vs. Zombies 2, and that game is a whole nother ball of wax. They took everything and just cranked it all the way up. So that one's not my chill game. That's not my go-to.
The other one is.
Yeah, PvZ, I can
for sure
turn that thing on, but that's not a Switch game, so do with that information what you will.
Throw it in the trash.
All right, what else we got here?
You could pick one, Bubba, that's more for you. I picked one that was for me without even thinking of you.
So fair enough. Caffeine says, what's the one game that you have seen in your years at cons or on the internet that never made it to the light of day that you wish you could play? Okay, so...
That's making me go back in my memory that I don't think I'm going to remember.
There is a game... And because I don't want to mess this up. I want to get it wrong. There's a company out there called Finji, Finji.
Yeah.
And they have a game called Tunic. There it is.
Yeah. You saw that at PAX South?
I saw that. Whoa, many moons ago.
I saw it at PAX South.
Yeah.
A couple years, whenever that was.
Absolutely. It was a long time ago. Okay. But we saw it there. It was great. Loved it. It's very Legend of Zelda-ish and all that stuff. And I don't know when they're going to release the dang game. Has it come out yet? Did I miss it?
Ooh.
Doesn't look like it has.
Tunic,
yeah, so look,
Finji.
it's like Finji. They have like Finji at PAX West in 2017. So it's been a hot minute. Like this.
Yeah.
This game, when I saw it on the floor, predates Love Thy Nerd.
It says it might come out this year.
We'll freaking see. Like just. But anytime I saw it at convention, I would be like, hey, Matt, we got to stop and I got to play Tunic. I got to see what's different. I got to see what's new. And I think there was even like a demo that released not too long ago. I didn't get a chance to play it, but like Jate talks about playing this game. We were talking about Jate just a little bit ago because it's got a cute little fox in it, like all that stuff. But this is my kind of game. I like through and through 100%. This is what I'm excited about. When it does come out, I will buy it. On who even knows how many systems?
Everything.
This game doesn't hold your hand. Like there is dialogue in the game, but none of it is in any kind of comprehensive language. So it's like, oh, hey, we're gonna kind of teach you how to do this, and then it puts it up in the runes or the script of their language, like in a speech bubble. Like that's helpful. and it's not. And so like it doesn't hold your hand at any step. It has very like Hyper Light Drifter vibes in that respect to me, where it's like, hey man, you just got to get out there and figure it out. Like games are hard, okay? Like go do your thing.
Well, I can't think of any for me, probably because when I feel like it's not coming out. Oh no, I was gonna say that one. This doesn't really answer the question. The next Dragon Age, is it ever gonna come out? Is it not coming out?
Yeah.
I try to not think about it because it causes me physical pain.
Yeah, Dragon Age imposition.
To think about Dragon Age not coming out, but they're talking hype about it, and I'm like, it's been it's been 7 years.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, Kate.
Well, there's always next year, maybe.
There's all until there's not. There's always next year.
Until there's not. I don't.
Okay, Silver, this will be the last one for the stream and podcast. Silver says, going to redo my question from earlier and add to it, Bubba and Kate. Oh. Are you getting New World to play with the LTN peeps? I already have New World.
I don't know what New World is. So
New World is the MMO RPG from Amazon. Mr. Bezos made him a video game. And so...
You'd think all the money went to the spaceship.
It's in space, yeah. I already bought it, and I'm going to play it. So...
Oh, it's a PC game.
Yes, it is PC.
So, no, I will not be getting it.
She's on a Macintosh.
That's the answer.
I loved it. I absolutely loved that game when I played the demo. Didn't get to play again like a whole lot of it, but I had a Thursday night to play, and I think I played for 2 weeks. Didn't really get far. Didn't level up super much, but I'm absolutely here for it. And if we can figure out the server that we're going to be on prior to people starting, that's probably the way to go. I can't promise, because this is my nature, I cannot promise that I will be like in it to win it all the time.
Yeah.
But when I'm in it, I'll be in it for sure. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I liked it. I think that a lot of the people I talked to liked it. It had fairly good pacing. A little glitchy, a little slow in some areas, but I think that the pacing was pretty good, and my body is ready for another MMO that I can actually play, because World of Warcraft ain't it. It's just not.
Well, you should try RuneScape.
I just don't think. I just don't think, man. I
said that for Frost. I did it for Frost.
Yeah.
And also partially for me. Even though I haven't been playing it, I just can't picture you playing it.
I've never played a single minute of RuneScape in my entire life.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. You don't need it to improve your life.
Leave it to the professionals. That's what I do.
For the people who are RuneScape diehards, could brighten your day a little.
Yeah. Well, hey, I think that's going to do it for us here on the Free Play Podcast. Thank you so much for engaging with us here. And hey, you know what? We're just going to do this for the last segment every single time. So, because I told you guys that the in-betweens are still going to stay the way that they are, but we want to give you a chance to chat with us and ask us questions and engage with us. But also just know, friends, you're our friends. You can talk to us anytime. It doesn't have to be just on stream. Hit us up in Discord. Send us some messages.
Yeah, now that I use Discord way more now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been trying, and I use it way more.
Under threat of death.
No, just my own motivation.
But if you want to play games with us, just hit us up. If you want to play games with other people, use Discord. Let's just get in there and play games together. That's really what our communities. That's what it's there for. It's there for you guys to build relationships with us and with each other. So let's use it for that. Let's get in there. Use that Discord to the fullest of its extent. But hey, like I said, that's going to do it for episode 128 of the Free Play Podcast here in season 5.
Wow.
We'll be back the first week of August. No, that's not right.
Okay, hold on. Let me delete it.
Fail.
Delete it.
We'll be back next week.
Okay, let me tell you. We'll be back next week with the next amazing episode.
Of the Free Play Podcast.
Of the Free Play Podcast.
I'm going to be gone next week.
What? So then how are we going to do it?
No. I'm here next week.
Oh.
I am here next week. All three of us are here.
Why'd you say you were going to be gone then?
I'm gone the week after. The week after. I'm trying to get my schedule in my brain.
Okay, fine. We'll sort it out.
Be sure to check us out on whatever platform you listen to us on, whether it's here on Twitch at lovethynerd.com/Twitch each and every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, or on other syndicated platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, YouTube, radio.com, LTN Radio at ltnonair.com, or anywhere else that you find us, even on our website at lovethynerd.com/freeplay. Wherever, just hang out, say thanks, share this content with people. You guys are very vocal, telling us what you like, what you don't like. We're going to make changes as we can, but just engage with us and be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all those things wherever you engage with this content. And if you're not already part of the Love Thy Nerd Facebook group, if Facebook's a thing that you do, please get in there and do that. We would appreciate it. But more than that, I'm going to push you towards the Discord. Again, lovethynerd.com/Discord. You can also find Love Thy Nerd on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Love Thy Nerd. And I think even on TikTok. Kate, I don't know if you post anything on TikTok yet.
I haven't done anything.
But we have it. It's there.
It's there. I'm just over my TikTok phase. I have no ideas. So.
I still am on TikTok a lot, actually. Hey, and you can also check us, Freeplay, out at Freeplay on Instagram and Twitter. At Freeplay Podcast. Freeplay Podcast.
Yeah.
So check us out on, like I said, Instagram and Twitter at Freeplay Podcast. Once again, I'm Bubba Stalkup.
I'm Matt Warmbier. And I'm Kate Katawaki.
Hey, and we'll catch you guys next week for another episode of the Freeplay Podcast. And if no one else tells you this, just remember it's true. Jesus loves you, nerds.
Bye.